I don't know, like, she's out there. You're the Florida version of Sex in the City, JD.
That's when I was smoking my cigar.
Don't be an asshole today.
It's so funny.
I told her to say that.
I wasn't going to mention it, but yeah.
This is Donna, who I lovingly call the mayor of Wilton Manors and the queen of Gaytown. So know this face.
She has to wave.
Know this face. Know this name, because it's going to be your hookup if you end up coming here.
She really oversells it.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. She's lying. She's downplaying it.
I'll say that's good to know. That's very good to know. So
I wanted her to begin on this. I wanted her to see you, understand you, get a little feel for you, and then you will
take it from there.
and then you will find the voice for him.
I will put him in the right place. Exactly.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. I definitely need all the help.
Right. See, he's gonna need help.
I'm sure he'll.
Would you be coming on your own, Nick? Really? On your own?
Yeah, it would
Okay.
just be me.
All right, we got you. I already have 3 people in mind that we can just like connect you to the community with immediately.
Awesome.
Boom.
Yay.
Party boy, politically active person, and person all around town.
Film
I've got 3
student.
people right
Oh
away.
my God.
She's got every part of the puzzle,
Just in
like,
case.
you know.
Yeah, she's
Covered.
totally got it. She's got it figured out. I
Yeah.
told you.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever I'm feeling that day, you know. Which
I'm
is
feeling partyish today.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like staying in, drawing the curtains, and
Feeling
watching a movie.
political. Political
I feel a little
minded.
political today.
which-
Yes.
it's great news because they actually opened up the positions for staff writers. So they're finally getting the ball rolling. So
Wonderful.
Oh, that's
Luck for
okay.
you.
I feel it. I feel like you'll do it. You'll probably have to get rid of those turtlenecks though.
I know,
Okay.
probably.
There's
It's not
one day of
gonna-
winter.
not gonna
One
be
day of
cold
winter
down
here.
there. Yeah.
Right now, I know I'm like very warm.
I know.
Today is very warm.
I really thought I packed a whole bunch of sweatshirts thinking that it was going to be a Florida winter, like 70, 68. You know, I was all prepared to have a hoodie if need be. No, it's 84, 85. So again, like I
Yes,
said,
not again.
you get one day of winter, you wear all your turtlenecks same day, something different for brunch, different for dinner, and then that's it. Your winter's over. That's how it
You do a
works.
costume
Okay,
change.
that's fine.
Right.
Cold
Right,
days.
right.
That's fine with me.
You
I'm
get-
ready to get rid of these. I'm sick of the cold. It's been snowing all day today in the negatives. Yeah, so I'm ready for some Florida
Negatives.
fun.
Negatives. It was -8.
Yeah.
Do you like
Minus-
have to leave the house and stuff? Do you have to go out to do things?
No, I work from home, luckily.
Thank goodness. Yeah.
It was like, I don't know, 1 degree earlier this morning, and with the wind chill factor, it was just freezing. I was like, yep, good thing I don't have to leave the house or else.
Yeah. That's
Never
what I'm thinking every day.
I would
The
never
work
leave
from-
the house.
That's your philosophy.
Yeah, even when it's 65, I'm like, ugh,
It's too cold.
so glad I don't have to leave the house.
So
Yeah.
I would offer you a pizza bite if I could put it through the Zoom, but we
She's
have
not a food pusher.
pizza bites.
I'm hungry. That would go perfect.
I'm feeding him.
Oh,
there you
look,
go.
he's got a real drink.
He's got the drink.
Oh.
And we were going solo today
were-
with our solo cups.
Full of cups. Yes, very good.
Classy. We're keeping it classy on this end.
Yes, we are.
He's got a proper glass and everything. Yep, that's cool. Way to make us look.
The first time with the solo cup, so you know.
Yeah, I just don't want to leave Jay with a sink full of dishes.
Oh,
So,
that's,
you know,
I have a dishwasher.
True.
Do you know where it is?
That I know how to turn on.
Okay,
Anything
good.
that washes and cleans, I know
Okay,
how to
good.
do.
she just had to have her girlfriend heat up the pizza because she doesn't know how her own
Set the
oven
oven.
works. That's fantastic.
I don't cook at all, Nick. And
Oh.
cleaning up is cooking.
Yeah.
No, that would be like comparative to what I would cook too. So I'm right there with you.
You're with me.
I do not cook. Do not ask me to.
Oh my
Gross.
God. That's all I've been doing since I've been here.
I didn't even know stuff came inside your oven, like the cleaner and the stuff that comes wrapped up, the instructions for like a year. I had my oven and did not know that about it. My first oven.
Yeah,
the
we
first
were
stove I
here
had.
3 years ago and the peely paper was still on the oven and everything. We were like, oh,
So
okay.
you're storing like your winter coats in there.
Right.
She's
It's storage.
Yeah, like Carrie on Sex in the City when she kept her sweaters in the oven. Right?
There you go. There you go. That's perfect. That's perfect. So I do want you to know, we
Yeah.
are recording this.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's official.
I so apologize. I was so scared to text you and tell you. I was so scared.
No. See, I enjoy talking to you guys. So, you know,
Aw.
Okay, good. That works. then.
Likewise.
like,
Yeah, that's our favorite. It's our favorite when we get to get into it.
Mm.
oh
Yeah.
God, we are going to get into it too.
Really? Okay. Tell us what you got.
Oh
Tell us
gosh.
what you got.
Okay. So first gotta take a sip
Oh
because
no. Oh
Mhm,
no.
I'll take
Is
it
that a
Right.
with
thing?
you.
Okay.
it has been quite a day. I don't know which Sunday you'll be releasing this, but today, February 23rd, Texas, some bad news, unfortunately. So Governor Greg Abbott, he has been very much anti-LGBTQ. That's his whole platform. That's what
Yeah,
he wants.
he's really vocal about it. Like,
Really?
he's not ashamed in any way. Puts it right out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he has called on all of Texas, and this is an order that he's instating basically that teachers, educators, anyone who deals with any trans children, that they have to report on the trans children, and that any parents of trans children will be treated as basically child abusers. And that is what they would be leveled against with if that were to be found out.
They are the biggest backward
Oh my
state.
God.
Honestly, I mean, that is incredible. First the abortion thing, and now this. It's really like
That
the
is
Handmaid's Tale over there, isn't it?
crazy. Yeah.
I know everything is just getting rolled back in Texas.
It's insane, and they just support it. It's not even like you have
I
a
was
group
gonna
of Texas
say.
Democrats that
Mhm.
very small pockets of blue in Texas. It's a really, really, really red state, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know I watch 911 Lone Star.
Yes, I love that cast.
It's a great cast. It's a great cast with a lot of like LGBTQ people on the show. And
Yes.
it's in Austin, you know, the one like liberal stronghold in Texas. But I'm just like, I don't know, you know, it's
I could just see him like storming the set and closing it down.
yeah,
like-
exactly.
It's not far-fetched. It's not even
No, I
far-fetched.
bet not. Yeah. Wow.
That is disheartening.
What does report mean? Like if a teacher or administrator.
Is it like register? They have to register as trans?
Well, see, that is what we don't know yet. We don't know the extent to what he's proposing, but he's basically, I'm sure there's like some hotline that he has a page for online, because that is what they did with when they had the abortion ban, you
Right.
know, and they were doing that. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same concept.
A reward for someone that reports a trans
Oh,
person, or
That's
because
what that is.
because you would get $10,000 if you reported a doctor that gave an abortion, or somebody that assisted or drove them to a clinic, or it was like rewarding them for that. And I feel like this is just like, it should just be called the target bill.
Yeah.
Target, you know,
Yeah.
like painting a big target on your
Right,
face
right.
and just like
Is there,
it's-
so this goes into effect Sunday. Is that what you said, Sunday?
the 23rd.
Today's the 23rd.
Today
Yeah.
went into effect.
Announced it today. So Yeah, I was like, I don't know when you're going to post this, but I was like, I wanted to make it clear that it happened.
Oh,
We were talking.
that's horrible. That's ridiculous. It's
So there's no hope for any sort of like repeal or overturn or conversation
Well,
or outlandish gasp.
this is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for a lot of our allies within the political community, especially President Biden, coming out against this, but nothing has been said yet.
on the hill.
Wow.
Nothing on the Hill.
Nothing on the hill.
Wow.
Because I like the fact that there are that group in Texas with the ones that fled, got on a plane, so they didn't have to vote for that for the voting rights?
Yeah.
Right. So I know that there are some feisty folks over there, but it feels to me like sometimes they just walk around feeling defeated. Like let's pick and choose our next battle because
Right,
we
right.
constantly are defeated in everything that we try and do. I mean, I thought it was brilliant that they all got on a plane, they all got fined for it and everything. And they stayed away for 32 days to hope that it would expire and all that, and they wouldn't have to vote on it. And it didn't work,
No.
and it was all out of pocket for them and it still didn't work. So, they're there. I just feel like, they can't gain any traction with anything that they're doing,
Yeah, I think that's the best way that you put it. I think there's just this whole feeling of being defeated right
Mhm.
now. There's so much happening right now. So it's
Yeah.
hard to really feel galvanized to, do anything. So
Mhm. You need a win in your column to keep going. And I
Yeah.
feel like they just can't get a win for anything in that state. It's terrible.
yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, all right. Moving on from that mess.
I know he has good news somewhere.
Yes, I do have a good piece of news, especially I think you both will like this. So for the first time, and this is what GLAAD has reported. So GLAAD has reported that for the first time, lesbians outnumber gay men among broadcast television's report.
Yes.
LGBTQ characters.
Excellent. All
Yeah.
right.
Uh-huh.
I believe that. I feel like everywhere you look, you'll find them. Everywhere you look.
Finally, increased representation.
Yep.
So it's not just Rachel Maddow.
Yeah, because I do feel like almost everything we watch, Batwoman, 911,
Mhm.
what was the show that they came from? That the girl from 911 came from. It was a crossover, right? Grey's Anatomy.
Oh yeah.
Grey's Anatomy, and then right. So
Don't forget about Shay Diaz. Oh, but she's not a newscaster. What did you say they were? News reporters?
no, this is
no.
like just lesbian representational characters
oh.
in TV
Just
shows
across the board.
across the board. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So more than the boys.
Where
Yeah.
did I heard that?
More
For
than
the
the boys.
first
Yeah.
time.
It's nice
Yes.
to know. Yeah.
That feels good.
Well,
That
we're
feels
cool
good.
again. We're like very
We're cool again.
We're very cool right
So
now.
I should have said it's not just Ellen, not Rachel.
Right.
Maddow.
Right.
Right. Okay. I
And
heard that
Ellen's
wrong.
on the
kind of
crapper,
like-
right? Ellen's.
Yeah,
Ellen
no one-
has
yeah.
jumped the shark like way too many times.
Yes.
Feel like she can't really even show her face without people going, Ellen's canceled again.
Mhm.
Like everything. I just saw the Twitter headline because she took a selfie at the Super Bowl and didn't have a mask on, and everybody went balls all crazy, right?
Another reason.
Right? You're already canceled. You can't be canceled
Stop
anymore.
beating
So
her up now, right?
Yeah. leave her alone. But yeah, she's just on a downward spiral with the world right now. So that's, whatever. But yeah, I do feel like no matter what we watch, there's
Mhm.
a lesbian storyline somewhere, whether it's lead, supporting,
That's true.
what,
I'm trying to think of what we watch and just,
Regularly.
like what we watch regularly, and I'm still stuck on like.
I asked you about this last time about 1883.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right.
83.
It takes place in 1883, and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
daughter decides that she doesn't want to wear dresses. She has an Italian immigrant sew her a pair of pants and trades for it to
Oh.
barter so she can ride the horses because they were down a cattle person to herd the cattle along this wagon train. So
That had to be scandalous.
right,
in 1883.
right. And then the thing of it was the mom was like, look, we're going into Indian territory
Mhm.
and bandit territory in Wyoming. That's their land and we're trying to cross it. Put a dress on because they
Oh.
don't just steal your things. They
Oh,
steal, you
yeah.
know, yeah. So don't stand out. In other words, you know, and
Don't rock
and then
the
she,
boat.
yeah, it's so good, but there's that feel like they were calling her a cowboy, you know, like they were saying, now you look like a real cowboy, you know, like that kind of
But were they
thing.
celebrating it or were they critical?
No, they were happy.
Yeah.
Like the cowhands were happy. Like she's one of us now, you know? So I felt like there was this weird undertone of it saying, you know, because she was so sporty, you know, like, was she or wasn't she? Was she lesbian? Wasn't she lesbian? But it's just like all the way back to 1883, you can trace them.
Well, I think that
We'll have to-
character development and just like that was done beautifully. I think just the
Yeah.
whole perspective from the kid and then the parents' reaction and the parents' acceptance and support. And then even to go so far as saying a they mitzvah rather than
yeah.
a bar or bat
Yeah,
mitzvah, which in
yeah.
Hebrew is bar is for boys and bat is
It's
for
for
girls.
girls.
But to even like coin a phrase on such an extremely like
Mhm.
influential and positive show, it was really cool. I think there's a lot to be said for mainstream media, broadcast TV, you know, even like these streaming cycles, like taking so much more responsibility and so much more conversation like up to the front. I loved it.
Yeah.
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 And it was funny to me that people embraced and responded to that, you know, storyline. And then we're shitting all over Shay.
Exactly.
Shitting all over Shay.
Yeah, that's true.
Shitting all
That's
over
true.
Shay, but they like the kid, you know? It's like, oh my God. I think it's a Sarah Ramirez thing as opposed to a Shay Diaz. Like they just didn't like,
Probably, because I
you
didn't
know?
really see anything out of line.
I didn't see anything out of
I
line
didn't see
either.
anything
Like
out of line.
everybody knows somebody like Shay,
Right.
Yeah.
you know? It's just,
Yeah.
Well, they were even
oh my
saying-
God. No.
They were even saying, like picking on like, was Shay funny? Like, what
Yeah.
was her comedy even funny?
And it's not like she
I don't
wrote
know that
that.
it was so funny. It wasn't all that funny, but I think that was the point of it. Like,
Is that it
wasn't
was like Dave Chappelle shock
yeah,
you.
like she wasn't
Not
supposed
using
to
him
be
as an
that-
example or anything, but I
Right.
mean like that kind of in your face
right
comedy
right.
that's out there now. That's just out in the world now. So
Well, it's even in Hallmark movies now.
What?
people.
okay,
Even
JD
have
Danner
brought
reporting on the Hallmark
Gay
update.
characters
So-
into Hallmark movies. Yes, they touch upon it. They don't really, they're not the main characters.
Okay.
But they do, it's there now, even in the Hallmarks.
The best
That's-
friend.
Are you shocked?
That's a
Nick?
benchmark.
Yeah.
You know, I did a whole essay on Hallmark and Lifetime and their like Christmas movies, how they had, you know, like queer couples. So I am surprised though about the increased representation because it was only just, you know, 2 years ago that they had, you know, record LGBTQ like couples, and it was like great. It was gay cis men, you know, that were the
Yeah.
couple.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I think I even saw that one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, but
That's a
you know, look at our friend Kristen Baker,
Yeah.
right? Every year she's been putting out a holiday lesbian rom-com for the last 3 years, I
Oh,
think.
really?
And they just keep doing better and better. And it's getting easier for her to raise the funds to make these kind of movies.
Okay.
And she's gotten great people. She had Lindsay Wagner in the last one.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I think there's a lot to say about the storyline itself, because now we're just like having a conversation about a couple who happens to be a lesbian couple or a kid who happens to be non-binary. We're not having a show or a movie about a non-binary kid.
Mhm.
Right.
It's just like a character.
It's
in
woven
this-
right into the
Right.
thing. Yeah.
That's so much
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah. I definitely think that. Because like that's not something that you have to put in a description of anything.
Mhm.
So people are gonna, you know, I feel like if you don't have to put that in the description, people are gonna watch it and then that part of it is woven right into the story and they're not offended. They don't even have time because they're already invested in whatever the main story is. So
Right,
it's like
right.
they're getting it subliminally almost, you know. They gotta get used to it. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere, man.
True. Yeah, when we talk about pushing representation forward, that's exactly what we're looking for. We're just looking for, normal narratives being told, that just has people like us and the rest of our community that are just in the movie, in the show, whatever media is being represented.
It's just amazing to me how far we've come, because I remember, gosh, it was probably like 2013, because I was in the house, and I got to interview Megan Mullally, and we talked about what it was like back then, because Sean Hayes was literally being blackmailed.
Wow.
Right. He was forced to come out. He didn't choose to, but he had all these reporters that were saying, if you don't out yourself, we're gonna, basically. And it's just set such an awful precedence, for gay actors. And she said that, she'll never forget how terrified he was, that he wasn't, he knew that people knew, he just didn't want to be the one to have to say it and put it in print,
Right.
because he
right,
felt like it would really, really affect his career.
Right.
And it's just, we've come, pretty far from that, I would say.
Yeah, but question now, do we miss tabloid media of the past, of the 90s and early 2000s, mid 2000s versus cancel culture that we have now?
Well, here's what I'm thinking about cancel culture, and I will tell you why.
Mhm.
Because I just saw that Ansari, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he just signed a deal, for a whole new, direct to feature film and all this other stuff. So what was he canceled for, like 8 minutes? Like, does it really affect your career? Dave Chappelle's got a brand new
That's
Netflix, so I feel like cancel culture is, it's not signing your death certificate anymore. It's a little outrage, and then the next cycle comes in, and these people are still signing these huge deals. It's not affecting Louis CK.
Yeah.
Louis CK. I mean, he was one of the first ones,
Okay,
right?
Okay, but wait.
Mhm.
So is that because we're becoming a more tolerant society, where that was so bad 5 years ago, but it's not so bad if it happened today? So we're going to be a little bit more forgiving of what Aziz Ansari has done or said.
After Me
Like-
Too, you would think that everything would be bad.
But that's what I'm
Related
saying.
to
Like,
that.
Is
And
it was
did it
so
stick?
bad so long ago that is it less bad now because there's more bad
Because
now?
there's bad that's worse than that.
Exactly.
Right, because there's
That's
bad
what I'm
that's
wondering,
worse.
like,
Whitewash.
So you brought it from a different perspective,
Mhm.
because this paparazzi vibe, we were like spying. We were like,
Oh, yeah.
like let ins behind the curtain, right? To have these little bitty secrets of information for people that we admire
TMZ,
or love, right?
life,
But
man. Like,
everybody's
Right.
putting their own shit out there on every single stream possible. You
Yes.
can find everything by everybody's
Yeah,
own hand.
That's true.
So
That's true.
what are we missing? So we're not, I think cancel culture is created to create that drama, was created to create that drama. Of course, there's a lot to be said for like the Me Too movement and the really, really harmful things, but then we get tolerant. Can we go
Right.
political for just 1
Right.
second? All of the people that came out of the closet during the Orange Carrots reign were already haters and already rednecks and already anti-everything, and they all existed any place, anywhere,
And he
everywhere.
rolled
But
out a
the
red
only
carpet for them.
reason- Because he made it okay.
he rolled out a red
He
carpet for
made
that
it okay.
mindset.
So
Yeah.
now those outwardly hateful, horrible scenarios and peoples and communities are not going back in the closet just because he's not saying it's okay to say I hate this and I hate that in a public place.
Mhm. It's okay to beat up this person. It's okay to
But
make
we're
fun of
not
that
as we're
person.
not as shocked and
Right.
appalled.
Right.
We are not clutching the pearls if we have heard a
It's true.
single, a single hate thing happening, outside our own door, not like we were 8 years ago or
Yeah.
7 years ago.
That's
It's
true.
a shame.
It's true.
It's
That's a
just
tough,
we're just a little more tolerant.
it's a tough question to answer, like,
Yeah, because things have gotten whitewashed. So it's
Well,
like,
yeah.
always right. So it's like what was
extremely
bad
white.
then is now not
Yeah.
bad anymore. Like,
Right.
because you said we get tolerant.
Yeah, bad gets
Yeah.
worse, and we just roll with it. You get
Like-
numb to it.
Well, yeah, especially in a post-Trump, world that we're living in. I think it depends on who's being canceled. If it's somebody who is that runs in the same vein as Trump, then it's something that's expected. Or if it's somebody who is not from a very, trying to think of the right word here, from a class of people who is not like highly represented, then, they're going to be treated differently than other people who are going to be
Oh,
canceled.
definitely. Yeah. Anybody that's socioeconomically challenged is going to take a hit as opposed to someone who's got loads of money, stature,
Like Ellen's
Last-
being canceled versus, like you mentioned, Aziz Ansari and Louis C.K.
mhm.
And she's a cis woman, but she is a woman, and she's also, LGBTQ. She's a lesbian, and I feel like that definitely has a lot more where people are just continuously canceling her versus
Mhm.
people who can easily just lie with being canceled.
Oh yeah. Like I feel like if you took somebody like say what Ellen is going through, if it ever did pick up a little bit of steam and we got to finally cancel Marjorie Taylor Greene, right? Like
Yeah.
she ended up bouncing back, whereas Ellen can't because there's more haters that are going to hate somebody that's got LGBTQ attached to their name than someone that's a freaking Nazi.
Like today, it wasn't related to what Governor Abbott said, but she basically said that, anyone who finds a trans person should beat them up because they're, what they're doing to children, basically, how their effect is on
They
children.
really, really fall for this.
Wow.
A trans or a gay person, bisexual person or whatever has this pedophile background. Like they think that there's this
Yeah.
pedophile background. So it's
Right,
like,
right.
That is still so prevalent,
It's-
it's disgusting.
right? And it's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
so far from saying you're just
Mhm.
attracted to the same sex.
Mhm,
Not a child.
mhm.
You're attracted to the
Right,
same
right,
sex.
right.
Not a child. They don't get that. They've got these things that connect in their brain, and there's no stopping it.
Did she really say that?
She did. She went on, let me look up. It was Alex Jones, who is right.
Alex Jones, Jesus, the conspiracy theorist, right?
Mhm.
She went on his podcast and discussed it.
Sure. That makes perfect sense. That's the perfect
Wow.
platform to
Oh
say
my
something
God,
like
that's
that
horrible.
and get it out there and get it
Mhm.
out there to so many people.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's horrible. It really is. And yet people like Matt Gaetz, Crawley, all those guys, they just wander around, say and do whatever they want, sex trafficking and oh my God, it's
Yeah,
insane.
yeah.
Like no one would call Matt Gaetz a homo because he sex trafficked a young girl,
Right.
but they're gonna call a trans person a child abuser.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they won't make that correlation with one of their own, but they'll do it with someone else. They won't do it. It's just it's so on every level messed up and so complicated. It's never ending. I feel like there's no end in sight to it.
No, it's the most intricate form of hypocrisy that I have ever
Perfectly
Yeah,
stated.
yeah.
Perfectly stated. Yeah.
just can't, and there was something else that, just completely went with what you were just saying with, gosh, you know what? It's not important to even discuss it, because it's going to continue that thread and we don't
Blood
need
boiling,
Yeah.
right? It gets your blood boiling. I am going to need a drink after this.
I
I promise we were going to keep it light
got
and
something happy now. I
I
just
know.
know he's got something good.
Let's find out.
oh gosh. Okay. Well,
It's like the pressure.
Yeah.
The pressure.
Okay, well, this is actually some empowering news. Okay, so there are two
Oh.
Missouri students who are suing their school district for banning books that talk about LGBTQ identities as well as books about race. So we have students who are actually going through the legal process. They're suing their school district,
Good for them.
and they're like, no, we're not gonna just shove everything back into
Yeah.
into the 1950s.
Yeah, give them some credit. I mean, give
Where
them
did
some
you say
credit.
this was? We missed where?
Missouri.
Excellent.
Missouri.
Excellent.
Students. You know what the good news is? That means they found lawyers that'll do this. They found
Right.
representation. They found lawyers that believe in their cause. That's got to be inspiring, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I remember with the Parkland kids,
Yeah.
like I thought like, God, they inspired a nation,
Right.
you know, like inspired a nation. And that's what these kids learned, you know, what they learned is that use your voice, go do what you need to do, you know, like they're not going to stand by and let this happen.
And
That's
yeah,
fantastic. That is good news. All right. That's good news. You get a point for that.
yay.
That's
You
good
get a
news,
point for
Nick.
that.
So if we want to move on to something that isn't exactly great news.
Oh my God, this is like an emotional roller
The
coaster.
Debbie Downer version. Isn't it?
This is good news,
Nick,
not
I was
good
promised
news.
laughter. Laughter.
Oh my
promised
God.
entertainment.
But this is big, and it's something that is going to affect all of us because the Supreme Court is going to be hearing this. This is ridiculous, but listen to this. A Christian web designer who was never asked. Now, this is the thing. They were never asked to make a website for any same-sex couple is actually suing anyways because of a law that was passed in their state, which is my state, Colorado, which means that you can't discriminate someone based off of sexual orientation or gender identity. They're suing that law, stating that,
You're suing the law?
yeah,
They're
they're
challenging the law.
they're trying to, see, it doesn't really make sense, does it? But they're suing, and they're saying that the law infringes on their religious beliefs, and the Supreme Court is actually going to hear this lawsuit.
I
where
think I understand this.
Mm.
So they're saying because of that law,
they're suing
somebody could go up to them and say, can you make me a gay website? And if they say no,
they can
they're
sue.
breaking the law.
Yeah,
So now they're suing because their religious beliefs are, we do want to be able to say no because we don't believe in homosexuality, right?
yes,
Okay.
that's it.
Whew.
So what was the law though? I missed that. The law
You
is
can't
that-
discriminate,
So if they can't, as a web designer, they cannot.
or any
discriminate,
business, a baker, cake
Okay,
baker, right? Look at all
okay.
those cases.
cannot
they can't say
discriminate.
no.
They can't say they don't want to
They don't want your
service
business.
you. They don't want
Right.
your business. I get it. Okay.
Right. Wow.
I know. So they're suing their state, basically.
Right. That's
Of
what it
all
comes down
states.
to.
Right.
Colorado.
You're such a
Right.
liberal, not,
Mhm.
I mean,
Right.
not such a liberal, but
That's what
I
I
mean,
was
you
thinking.
get to smoke weed there.
Yeah, I know.
You get to smoke weed,
We're not
relax,
gay
chill
people.
out.
Gay people cannot smoke weed there.
Gay people
I
cannot
was gonna
smoke
say
weed
that. That's funny.
there.
Now, there's pockets of red and blue, across all 50 states. So
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, totally. I mean, you can't really go into any state, I guess, and say it's all blue. Because look at Georgia. Georgia was just like, that was an insane, moment in the
Mhm,
election
Mhm.
to see that happen. But yeah, you're right. You're totally right about that. I have to say, this is the longest I've gone without watching CNN
Oh.
because I'm here and I don't really watch TV when I'm here.
Oh.
Oh, I
Yeah.
was thinking you had a
Okay.
choice not to while you were here.
No, I mean,
Oh.
when I'm there and I have my routine, I make my coffee, I watch a little early start with Lauren Jarrett, with Team Romans, and then I move right on into New Day with John Berman and Brianna Keeler. And
I don't even.
then I
None
start
of
my
it.
day. And I love that, they approach everything
Mhm.
with facts, but then they also do a little dig. They also do a little dig about how dumb,
So do you
Republicans are.
get real time there when you're in England? So you
Yes.
don't get it like the next day or something
No,
like
no,
that?
I'm getting real time. I pay for real time. I'm getting it. Because the channel, they took the CNN channel away. I had to buy the digital format,
Mm.
$1.99 a month. And then I just watch it on my Amazon Silk browser.
Ah,
It's
okay.
the only thing I watch on the internet.
Mhm.
So, I do that in the mornings until I get going. And then I must say that I go to sleep It starts off with Wolf Blitzer, who shouts everything, and he's got a cadence like this. Right? And then it goes on to Erin Burnett out front, where everything is right. Everything. Every time she interviews somebody, let me ask you about this. Blah, 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 right? And so that's all like winds me up, but then I fall asleep to the soothing tones of Anderson Cooper
Okay,
and his
there you
muffled
go.
microphone. Because the first two are super, super loud, and then you got AC 360 and his muffled microphone, and I can't make out what he's saying, but I know that it's him, and it just puts me to sleep. So that's, I know, Sebastian and Wyatt. I love his friendship with
I
Andy
heard
Cohen.
that, why did I hear he broke up with his
They've been broken
husband?
up a long time.
Oh,
Yeah.
they are.
They're just
okay.
co-parenting,
So
aren't
they
they?
just, and
Yeah.
and they had another baby?
Mhm.
Oh, it's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Yeah.
It's not weird. It's interesting.
It is not, it's what
But
we
you
are
need a
now.
co-parent these days. Like
Oh,
I couldn't
yeah.
imagine. I don't care whether you're a man, a woman, a non-binary, gender fluid, whatever. I can't even imagine raising a kid single, no matter what I was. Like I just can't. You got to have somebody backing you up.
I think it was the second child that I thought was, that was interesting, that you probably don't have a second child with someone you're broken up with, right? I would
They
think.
do.
Right, but maybe
don't
the
know.
co-parenting thing is working out so well.
Right.
Let's get little
Yeah.
Wyatt a brother. Yeah, amazing. That's amazing. I love him for it.
And shout out to single parents. We raise a class to that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. I
That
just-
is hard.
That's
Hardest
work.
there is.
It's
That
very
that
hard,
is
yes.
so hard, man. That is so
Oh,
hard.
yeah.
Whew.
Takes a village.
It
It
does. take a
does.
village.
It takes a
Yes.
village or a
Village.
large Italian
Like we like to
family.
say- takes a
Right.
village.
That should be a meme.
We like to say it takes a village, people, but not the village.
That's perfect.
Love that.
That should totally be.
That's a great motto.
meme. It takes a village or an Italian family, a large.
Takes a
Italian-
village or a large.
Which is a village.
Ethnic, yeah, ethnic family. Perfect.
Yeah, that is all of my news
You
because
did well, honey. I know that wasn't easy because those were
He gave
downer.
us the
Those were
roller
some
coaster.
downer headlines, man.
We were down, then we were up, then we were down, then we
Yeah.
were up.
It's a roller coaster of an emotion, and that's what we wanted. That's what we asked for.
Right, right.
yeah, with this week,
Yeah, you're a doll, man. You are a doll. You're a doll for doing this again
Yeah.
I'll just give you that much. because of my dumbass mistake.
well, the only shame is that I had better news last week.
I know. I love when we're prancing through award season.
Right?
Oh.
Yeah. We can still talk about award season. That
Yeah.
is.
Sunday.
Mhm, mhm.
It is what?
The Screen Guild Awards are Sunday.
Oh,
This Sunday,
This Sunday.
Actor Guild Awards.
I think I do.
like the parties, like the Oscar
Alright.
party.
I think
That's
I
what
do.
we'll have.
We got to watch one because I'm gone by the time the Oscars. They're late this year, aren't
I
they?
should just stay.
They're like freaking Easter. I know we used to always do the Oscars and we print out things and make you guess and all that kind of stuff. We were into it.
And like 3 hours of fashion beforehand.
Oh, the red
Oh,
carpet.
wow.
So judgy. It's the only time that you're allowed to be judgy.
Right.
Like I would never.
They put
Yeah.
themselves in that judge.
What's with that color?
Right.
What's with the color? What is that? The
As
new
if they
color
have a
this
choice.
season?
As
Yeah.
if they even had a choice.
Right. Right. I was telling my mom today about that trip that we took to LA.
Yes.
Right. And I was like, it was the weirdest 4 days. First of all, we were the fattest people in the state,
I'm
the
surprised they
fattest
let us
people in
in.
all of California.
I'm
Right.
surprised they let us in.
Yeah. We were worried. There was like, we really exceeded the weight limit. They're going to kick us out of California.
True story.
Then we sat every day at the pool and we watched people
Standard.
at the Standard Hotel. We stayed
Gorgeous.
on Sunset Boulevard, but we watched people and it was just this weird lifestyle. Like they would show up with their big beach bag. They weren't
Yeah.
even fucking staying there. And they would show up with their beach
To be
bag
seen.
and their bikini top
Exactly.
and their
Yeah.
sarong and their bejeweled
yeah.
flip-flops and stuff. And
Yeah,
then they would
yeah,
take
yeah.
out a pint of grapes and they would sit by the pool,
Ah.
eat grapes, read the latest variety. And we were like,
Right. right.
what job allows this woman to
Wow.
sit here
That's
at the
their
pool
job.
and eat grapes and read variety? We were pissing ourselves. And then every person that we spoke to or met, they didn't have a normal job,
No, no.
like a
Right.
librarian or a banker. They were all entertainment business adjacent or
Yeah.
right in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like being in an alternate universe. It was so weird.
No, okay, so I started watching Selling Sunset on Netflix.
Oh, that's so funny. They make
Yeah.
they make fun of that on Gogglebox. They make Brits watch it and then they record their reaction watching it.
See that. I need to see that.
Gogglebox.
It's crazy. It's like it is going into
Insane, right?
What is that? What is Gogglebox?
Gogglebox
Oh,
is
Gogglebox.
the, like
What was
the
name of
people's
the show that
couch.
was on
The
E!
People's Couch.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's the
gotcha.
British
That was
version
such a
of the
great
People's
Oh,
Couch.
okay.
And that's the one show that I have to say that I had to pause because I was laughing so hard at their reactions. And they're really into it. They're really into it now. And it was the one about the birthday party with the jungle theme
Oh.
from the first season or something. So you know what I'm talking about.
Wait, you mean the Shaws of Sunset?
No,
Jungle theme, birthday party, jungle theme?
no, that
was
was Selling
amazing.
Sunset on purpose. Yeah.
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 Gigi's child's first birthday.
Mm.
That was amazing.
didn't
It's
watch
such
that
trash, isn't it?
Love that
It
show.
is. It is.
Me and Reza would be the best of friends.
The
100%.
Shaws of Sunset.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I watch it once in a while.
That's
I
a
used to watch
Bravo
it once
show,
in a
isn't it?
while.
Love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bravo, that was just a big heaping pot of guilty pleasure.
Still is.
Yeah, mindless Sunday afternoon TV.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Is the Housewives still a big
They're
chip franchise?
Absolutely
Mm.
gigantic.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, that'll never go away.
that's
I
strange
don't
but
watch any of
wonderful.
those, surprisingly enough.
You
No, I
watch
don't
90
either.
Day? I'm into that
don't watch any
franchise.
90
the
Day.
Yeah, you've been
90
talking
Days.
about that since I've known
Yeah,
you. No,
mhm.
nope.
You could have so been 90 Day.
I'm an
Gemma could have been 90
HGTV all
Day.
the way.
No.
HGTV and then Food Network.
HGTV definitely.
But then, give me like Emily in Paris or anything Queer Eye, and Jonathan's own, he has his own stream now, which is adorable.
I told you to
Getting
watch The
Curious with
Agency, right?
Jonathan.
The Parisian real
Yes,
estate one?
yep,
Yeah, definitely.
I have that down
Definitely.
on the list as well.
That's fantastic. So go on about Selling Sunset. Sorry, we
Sorry.
totally derailed you.
I was just gonna say, LA is just a whole nother beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have another
Yeah.
one, Selling the Hamptons.
Yeah, I saw
Selling the
I saw that
Hamptons.
coming attraction.
Selling Tampa. Selling Tampa.
What?
Tampa.
Is that real?
Is that real?
It is. Yep. It's on Netflix.
That's Becky over there.
I'm
Isn't
gonna
it?
put that on the list.
Oh, look
I
at
gotta
that.
put that
I
one
put that on the
for
list.
sure.
I thought the Hamptons one was interesting because I watched the first season of that. And they had a $36 million mansion,
Yeah.
like in Montauk or something
Oh,
like that,
get
and it was just absolutely ridiculous, the shit that people spend money on in a home. I'm all about a walk-in shower, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but like 12 spigots and a rain 12 spigots blowing at you in every direction and a rain shower above you. I'm like, who needs that? Like, my God, why don't you just install a waterfall in your bathroom? Like, damn it, man. So yeah, it will open your eyes.
So let's full circle this conversation and go back to gays and lesbians on TV, because
Okay.
so on HGTV is Hometown with Ben
Yes.
and Erin.
Mhm.
Did you see
right?
the two little queers, the two little girls?
They're in Laurel, Mississippi. It's like this big, like this island in the kitchen is
And
bigger
they
than
were
that
young,
town.
Yeah.
And they've got gay couples, lesbian couples, trans couples. They've got people
Not
on,
Chip and Joanna though.
and they don't say a
Mm.
word. There's nothing. There's zero acknowledgement that this is any different than any other couple.
That's why I love
They
them
are
best.
so beautiful about
I love
it.
them, and I love Dave and Jenny Mars.
I like Dave and Jen.
I like Dave. I like Dave better than
I
Chip.
don't know
I'll tell you that.
any-
I like-
I don't like Chip and Joanna. I'm not a fan of theirs.
No, I was in the beginning
Yeah.
just because he farted once, and I thought
Oh,
that's my
God.
people. He farted once.
City on the
And,
show?
yeah, and then he was putting a screw in a light socket, and it was live, and he like shocked himself and screamed like a little girl. So I was like,
Okay.
I gotta watch a little more of this.
Well, now they're
yeah, but now
media
I'd like-
magnets. Now they own everything.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
they've,
My
like,
God,
just-
they own
Yeah,
restaurants
and they're
the
not
whole station.
screening people because that one couple is getting sued now, and they pulled their show off the air. Meredith and whoever, Andy and Meredith.
way.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Yeah, I don't like them, but I'm all about Dave and Jenny Mars and definitely Big Ben and Aaron.
Ben, I love Ben. I love his dad.
Do you know she
Kramer.
gets so
I love
much
everything
hate
about-
on her
I
Instagram
know.
about that baby?
I know, because they won't show her face.
And
won't.
they make fun of her hair all
I
the time.
know.
I don't like that. I don't like when
I
they
mean,
pick
her
on
name is
kids.
Helen. Come on.
I know.
I know.
I know.
I know.
Like we,
So what? So what if they can't
I
parade a French, do a French parade? I mean, she does look like a little moppet.
when celebrities post everything instead of paparazzi, is we become the paparazzi.
Yes,
Yeah.
the judgy,
You're right.
the judgy,
That's
hateful
right.
paparazzi. It's
That's right.
true. When people start getting hate stuff, you know, like, yeah, I can't. It's that's heartbreaking when it's about a kid. But yeah, I'm a HGTV addict as well.
Totally.
And like, you know, what's funny is
Love
like
them
I'll be
all.
on a run of American HGTV shows like now 100 Day Home Improvement.
Right?
Mika and Brian.
Speaking
Oh,
of Tampa,
Tampa.
there we go.
Mika and Brian. Yes,
Nice.
She's
do like
cute.
their work.
she's cute.
I do like
Um,
their work.
But yeah, I'm on a run of them and then they'll drop in and escape to the country out of nowhere. And I'm like, oh, fuck this British shit when they're tiny houses. Need to get back to big American homes. Come on. Crazy.
We do love the big homes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing that like American and they're it's funny when I talk to my British friends that have been to America, the things that they take to are the wide lanes,
Yes.
traffic arrows,
Oh,
turning arrows,
interesting.
and huge houses,
huge bathroom.
huge bathrooms,
Huge
huge
bathrooms.
houses. Yeah, it's like those are the things that they're just mesmerized by. I always thought it was just Disney World, but it's not. It's actual homes and roads and all that kind of, you know, modern day elbow room.
Poop room, Denise. Let's just call it what it is.
Elbow room everywhere on the roads,
Okay.
in the stores, the aisles, bigger, the carts bigger. They notice everything, how big everything is.
We
Yeah.
made it that way.
And I just walk away so proud. I'm like, look, I'm American. Look at me. I'm big.
We're
Perfect.
even bigger. We need them. We need those bigger aisles.
That's right.
Those
It's
are
so
bigger
true.
people.
So
You
true.
want to interact with other people? No.
Right. Right. Oh my God. I feel like we've messed your schedule up so hard that we're gonna have to figure out a way. We'll get back on
Make
track.
this up to.
Yeah,
to
he's used to second
Nick.
Wednesdays.
All right. I
Tyler's
know.
third. Yeah, we've messed things up incredibly.
Can we
but-
go back to get back on track with that?
We'll have to find a
Yeah.
way. We'll have to find a
Alright.
way. But we're gonna put this one out on Sunday, I think, and
Okay.
hold Dr. Spans until everybody's back in their respective homes
Okay.
and all that, and then we'll try and get back on track.
Well, good to meet you. Happy to host you
Like-
anytime.
Yes, thank you.
Nice to see
Happy
you
to have
again,
you.
Nick.
So good to see you, man.
You.
The hair is looking on fleek.
Sweet.
Yes, I like it. I like it.
Oh, shit.
Nice job.
Hey, no baseball hat today, buddy. All right, man. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Bye, honey. Like, never stop chasing your dreams. There, that's see.
We drank way too much whiskey.